Hello. Good morning. Honestly, it's not even that early in the morning, but it feels gloomy. We're having an actual gloomy rainy day in Southern California, which we don't get very often, which makes me sad because I love rainy days. But it is gloomy, and so it makes it feel like it's early in the morning. Also, I'm very tired. Also, I'm not a morning person, so there's so many things that get wrapped up into that. But it's like 9:45, and I have not yet had breakfast. One thing that we do in our house is we have a lot of breakfast sandwiches for breakfast, and we usually like to eat them with English muffins. I decided this year that I was going to work towards making foods that I usually buy. Things that make sense for us. English muffins are things that we eat at least 3 times a week. And we would normally buy them. But I believe the last time I bought English muffins, they were like 5 something for a pack of 6. And we would go through that every single week. And that's just a lot of money to spend on something that I know I can make. So I've been working with this recipe that is actually really difficult to work with. And the way I've been using it is, I don't know if all English muffin recipes are like this or if it's just this particular one, but it is a very, very wet and loose dough. And that is everything in my brain wants to fix it and add more flour. And that's what I have been doing the last couple of times I made it. But the texture isn't great. It tastes more like a biscuit, which is fine. We've been eating them and that tastes delicious. But I do want to try a little more of that English muffin texture. I want to try it again. Now that I did not plan for this video. I'm trying to figure out how to do this channel. I'm trying to figure out what works for me because I love the process of filming and I love the process of cooking and kind of bringing you into my kitchen. But I also work as a worship leader at my church, and that takes up, not a good chunk, but a chunk of my week. And I also am kind of right now my husband works full time. He's in school full time. So I handle all of the meals in our house and I take care of our house primarily. And so I want this channel to be a reflection of my life and for it to fit into my life. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. So this is unplanned. I woke up this morning and I was like, I need to make some English muffins. I want to eat breakfast. I want to create a video. I want to get more practice at this. And so I took a shower and I'm cozy because it's a rainy day and I pulled the camera out. And so this is going to be kind of more vlog style. Problem is right now, as I think about it, because I didn't plan for this, I think my English muffin recipe needs eggs, and I don't have any eggs. Hang on a second. It needs an egg. So, there's a good chance I won't be making English muffins today. But that's fine. I do need to eat breakfast, so I'm going to make some oatmeal. Yeah. Let's have a little chat while I make some oatmeal. I don't have very much oatmeal. I have no eggs. I have a little bit of oatmeal. It's the middle of the month. So the beginning of the month I did all of our grocery shopping. And we're running out of things. Clearly. I don't love instant oatmeal. I think I usually make half of a regular serving. Oatmeal. I don't love instant oatmeal. To me, it's too mushy. My favorite are steel cut oats. But those take a long time to cook. I don't even think I have them. So I always have regular old-fashioned oats because I like to bake with oatmeal. And I do enjoy eating oatmeal, and I've been trying to eat, that's pretty much all of it. I'm not going to put that in there. The problem with talking while doing something is that I forget what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be cooking the water first. Cooking the water? Boiling the water? I moved ya. You can see more of my mess now. Yay. My stove is over here. I'm not going to work on trying to show you what I'm doing because this is nothing. We're just going to talk while I make breakfast. So oatmeal. I've been trying to eat... No, I haven't been trying to eat oatmeal more, but every once in a while I crave oatmeal. One thing I have been trying to do is make oatmeal where it has a little bit more like nutrients and things in it instead of just like sugar and milk. I still put sugar and milk in it. I don't want to remove a whole lot, but I do want to add too. So some of the things that I like to put in my oatmeal is what I'm going to be putting in today. So I just looked out the window and it's starting to drizzle, which for me, this Southern California girl, I'm like, it's raining. It's barely raining. It's just kind of wet. So my oatmeal is done cooking. I'm really excited about this. I'm also going to make, so I'm not a huge coffee drinker. In fact, before I met my husband, I never drank coffee. I still don't love the like taste of it when it's like really strong coffee or like plain coffee. But I like learning how to do things. It's just a weird thing I do. And so I have been really wanting an espresso machine. My husband loves coffee. And so an espresso machine on me wouldn't be wasted because I'd get to make him drinks. But I have been just enjoying like a chocolate iced espresso. What do you call that? Latte? An iced latte? I don't even know the terms. See, a chocolate latte. An iced chocolate latte. Yeah, that's what it's called. So I think after I make breakfast, we're going to go over to the espresso machine and make a nice drink. Oatmeal. Oatmeal's in my bowl. Some of the things I like to add. I like to use brown sugar in my oatmeal. I just think it has a better flavor. I usually do like 2 tablespoons. Some ground flaxseed, hemp hearts, chia seeds. The next one I like to do is pumpkin seeds. I decided to try out some dried blueberries. So I'm going to add, I can never open these things. I'm going to add some ground dried blueberries, just a little. These are going to give it a really good like tartiness. Cinnamon. So then I have some just chopped up walnuts. So this is, you can't really see it that well, but that's kind of what it looks like right now. We're just gonna, we're gonna mix all this in first. We do add milk because this would be a bit too thick for me without milk. I don't like it soupy. That just sounds gross to me. So I don't add a ton of milk. I'm also going to just try it to make sure it has enough. Oops. Yeah, that's enough sugar. So yeah, so then we're going to go ahead and add some. I like to buy the extra creamy oat milk. Mostly we use oat milk for coffee drinks. I just like the creaminess in the extra creamy. So this is what it looks like. If oatmeal isn't your jam, this is probably like kind of disgusting looking. Oops, wrong way. But it is delicious to me. So this will probably be like, I'm not going to be able to finish this. So one thing I like to do is just take this and put it in a container, and tomorrow I can warm it up. So easy, easy. Okay. Let's make some coffee. So espresso, I am very much a beginner. Literally got this machine for Christmas. And didn't want to, my husband Kevin gets a coffee subscription every month. So like he gets like individual things. This one's in the freezer because he's not ready for it. But I didn't want to, and you know, it's good quality coffee. And I didn't really want to spend a lot of money on practicing. So I literally am kind of at the end of this bag of Starbucks espresso roast. And it's what I've been using. I think I'm going to use the last of it in this drink. And then I have another, like espresso. They're not espresso beans because like all coffee is just coffee beans. But I have my own coffees that are a bit more high quality than the espresso one for after this drink. So I am, like I said, very new, but I watch a lot of videos. I love watching coffee making videos. It's part of why I wanted an espresso machine, because I just wanted to learn how to make them, and it seems really fun. And it is fun. I love the process. I need a scale. So I'm going to take, I have my scale here and a little cup for beans. And I'm going to weigh out, I think I do 13. So these are like broken beans. Yeah, let's go with 13. I did notice when I first started doing this that the grinder would make all of the ground coffee extremely staticky. So anytime I'm using it, I would have coffee just kind of flying all over the place. And I did a little bit of research and looked up videos and different people I follow, and they use a like spritz of water on their coffee beans before they grind them. And that helps with the static electricity. And honestly, it has helped. So it's what I do. So I just take, this is like a super fine mist of water. And I just take my cup and I like spray it 3 times. And then I take my hand and I shake it. But then I just take this and I toss it in my grinder. But here we are. So mine does it in this little container. Before, without the water, I would literally tap it and it would come shooting out of here. So I'm going to do a double shot. So I'm using a little, like a double filter. Okay. I also have this like funnel that sits over it just to help all my beans stay in there. I guess they're not really beans now. So we're going to do about, I think I measured out 13 grams of beans. Let's see what I get out of it. Already making a mess. Almost. It's 12. Hang on. It's going to be 12. Listen, we're not messing with it. So now, this is where I tend to lose a bit. This is why I usually try to go for like, let me see if I can show you, for like 14 grams because I'm still trying to figure it out. Anyways, I have this little, I forget what it's called. You can barely see it. Can you? You can't see it there anyways. But it has these little like metal spokes. And this is supposed to help kind of break up clumps. Again, I don't know how much of this is actually necessary. I see other people do it, so here we go. And then I like shake it. And here's where I'm going to lose. I'm not going to be able to show you because it's in the sink. But here's where I'm going to lose some beans. I'm going to go over to the sink. You're not going to see it, but I try to keep as much in there as possible when I pull this filter out. But if you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty high up there. So the second that I push this down, it's going to like squeeze some out. I don't know if you can see it on the side. So I'm still learning. So I just do that over the sink so that what falls in the sink and doesn't make a complete mess over here. But so then I just push down really hard. And that is what we're going with. It's not perfect. I don't know what perfect is, so let's be honest. So normally before, again, this is why filming while you're doing something is hard. Normally before I fill this up, I would put it empty in my machine and I would run my machine through a 1 cup espresso shot so it warms everything up. I didn't do that. I don't know how important it is, but listen, the perk of not being a huge coffee drinker is that often it doesn't actually matter what it tastes like. So in my cup, because as we talked about, I don't love coffee. I do like coffee. I just like sugary coffee. So let's just go with that. I'm going to take some vanilla syrup. Actually, I'm going to just dry off this cup because it has water in it. So I'm going to put some vanilla syrup in there. And then I'm going to do some white chocolate. We're out of our dark chocolate. Otherwise, I would do that. But here we are. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my coffee in. We're going to stick this underneath. It's going to be loud. That's fine. So now that that is done, we're going to take a cup. So I'm taking my glass. This is a cute Coraline glass that I bought off of like a local artist. I'm just going to stir in that white chocolate and vanilla. We have a fridge that doesn't have an ice maker in it. I should say that. So for my birthday, I was very, very spoiled this year because I got my espresso machine for Christmas. And then for my birthday, I got like a nugget ice maker. And so I like to make it and like put it in a container in the freezer. But it does kind of freeze hard. So give me a second. I'm going to shake this up. You didn't have to hear that, but it was very loud. And then I'm going to pour, this is almost empty, so we're going to pour the last of this in here. I'm going to add it to like there. And then I will go ahead and add in the coffee. So, now let's try it. I definitely thought I was going to have to add more like vanilla syrup or milk to this, but that's really good. The vanilla syrup with the white chocolate kind of gives it a caramely flavor, which is interesting. So I've got my coffee, I've got my oatmeal, and I'm going to eat some breakfast.